Meet Buffy the Coverage Slayer. This superhero will present a full coverage effect on your face. Along with her sidekick, she can go far in giving you that full coverage, beautiful, seamless mascara look. Well, welcome back, friends, to another episode of Mascara Brushes 101. Today we're featuring Buffy the Coverage Slayer. We can see how dense our Buffy is, nicely compact, but still super soft, very gentle, excellent for applying on those, things that we kind of want to cover. So who's Buffy for? Well, Buffy is absolutely for mature skin. Let me tell you, the coverage you're going to get on mature skin is going to be beautiful. I love this brush for mature skin. I also love this brush for anyone who needs extra coverage. Maybe you have dark spots, acne, whatever you have on your face. This baby is going to take care of it, and I love her. This is what I use personally on every day. Now, the only thing about Buffy is I feel like she needs a friend. She cannot be used as an all-in-all. She needs someone to help her blend. And so her best friend is going to be our B Squared bronzer brush. This is what I use personally to blend everything that Buffy puts on my face. And then it's kind of an extra bonus because you have a really nice bronzer brush and you also have a really nice blush brush. And if you want to, I should say, you could use the perfector sponge. This is excellent for blending. Same thing. You can use it all for the same thing. So today I'm going to show you how to apply your mascara makeup using Buffy and Best Blend Forever. I'll also show you what to do if you choose to go with the perfector sponge. Now just know I'm going to show you everything that Buffy can do. This is not how I do my makeup on a daily basis. I'm going to save that video for next time. But let's get started. So I'm going to use the smaller end of my Buffy brush. Here, I'm going to dip it into my darker highlight color, which is Mango. Now, if you guys don't know already, the cool thing about mascara makeup is that it's all magnetic. It's built into little tins. And yes, these tins last a long time. Don't be fooled by their size. Mascara, you only need a little bit. You only need a little bit for that coverage. I'm going to apply it right here. It just streamlines all of your makeup. Everything is in one place. You're not searching around for it. It's easy to travel with. It's so easy to keep. You don't need all the things just for your makeup. Okay, I covered around my nose because that's where my redness is, and I'd like to, take care of that. Right here on top of my nose with my darker highlight color, Mango. And when I'm using Buffy, I'm simply stamping it into my skin. So I did inner corner of the eye here, around the nose, and right here I get a little red on top of my nose. Okay, now you see it, now you don't, okay? It just takes care of all that business. I have little veins that kind of show through on my skin towards my top of the cheek there that I just like to take care of. Also, a little bit of darkness around my mouth. We just stamp it away. Oh, and just so you know, I already did my eyes. I did a pretty light dusting of my eyes using Zion and Stardust. Zion won't be in stock till early November. When it comes in stock, please go get it. Please, I promise you're gonna love that color, and it's so pretty for fall. And if you want recommendations on what to pair it with, let me know. I'd be happy to suggest some things. Up here, I kind of have some acne scars that I like to stamp away. Stamp, stamp, stamp that bad away. Let's go. I'm so sorry. Okay, so it's not bad. It's just, it's taken away from stuff. Okay, and I'm still gonna stick with my smaller end of the Buffy, and I'm gonna go into my lighter color. My skin is now ready for my winter color, my fall winter color, which is Amber. It's a shade up from the wheat that I was using before, and I'm just gonna stamp it right here and kind of go up the eye, but I'm not gonna go all the way up to the lid or the, what do you call this? The part of the lower bottom part of my eye. I'm gonna keep it right here underneath. The problem is, especially when you're using your winter colors and that are a little bit lighter, I have fine lines and I don't really want to highlight those fine lines. And so if I take that highlight color higher into that fine line zone, it's going to accentuate it. So I'm just going to blend lightly as I pass through that area with my with my B squared bronzer brush. But I'm not going to put a heavy coating there. Coating? I don't know. Whatever. Stop talking to Sarah. Just stop talking. Notice that I did put the highlight color right here between my brows, and I like to take it up the forehead. And again, I want to keep that lighter color in this triangle of light, we're going to call it triangle of light. And when it all comes together, you're going to see how it just adds brightness to that part of the face where you want to draw people's attention. You want their eyes to stay here, right? And a little bit here on the tip of my triangle on my chin. I did put it right here, close to my Cupid's bow. And I do like to lighten up this area above my lip because I do feel it's got a little bit of darkness to it as I've been aging. Okay, so we have 2 highlight colors on, and now I'm still gonna stick with with my little size. I don't have a lot of surface area. I've got a smaller face, so this smaller side works well for me. But if you have like a longer face or more surface area to cover, flip it around, use the larger area. I could have used this side probably to apply my lighter color, but I kind of like the control of the smaller side for my face. Okay, so I've applied my contour to the smaller side, and remember our contour starts from our ear and follows underneath that cheekbone line until that hard zone stops. And you're applying in an upward stamping motion as you go ahead and put on that contour. You're making a nice little line for yourself. Again, like I've said before, we're applying or accentuating the shadow to our face, and what that's going to do is just highlight those cheekbones that the good Lord has given you. We're gonna make them stand out. So we're just stamping right underneath that cheekbone. And look, I mean, I haven't blended it yet, but you can see where it's going, right? You can see the process starting to happen. I'm also gonna stick with that smaller side. I'm gonna come up to my forehead and I'm just gonna stamp across it this way. Now, you have free reign up here, okay? You can even take the contour down and it's gonna form a nice sharp angle here. When you blend it, it's going to look really defined, which might be really good for, you know, a night out, or if you're just you want more of a dramatic look. You know, you have free reign up there, play around with it. But for today, because my eyes are more natural, I'm just going for a soft look today. So I'm just gonna apply it across the forehead there to add that shadow, to add that warmth. And then using just the tip right here of my Buffy, I'm gonna dip that part into the contour as well. And I'm gonna start where my brow and my nose meet and draw a line straight down. It looks crazy, but we don't need to be scared, because the beautiful thing about cream makeup, but especially mascara cream makeup, is that everything will blend seamlessly. And even if you do accidentally get too much, I promise it'll blend it away. You can blend away as much as you want. You're not stuck. You don't have to go wash everything off and start again. I promise. It's really that easy. Okay, again, sticking with that small side, I'm gonna go and accentuate my jawline. Just a line around, putting that shadow there. And like I said in another video, I really like to hide my little double chins here, so I'll even kind of pull that darker color, that shadow, back. Now, some people actually do like to use Buffy to blend their makeup. I just feel, for me and where my skin is now, I don't like to have that much makeup on. It is a full coverage look. So that's not what I prefer to use, but if that is what you prefer or what your skin needs, Buffy's the girl for you, and she can do it. But for me right now, that's not how I roll. Okay, and I'm gonna come in and I am just gonna use the tip of Buffy to even line my lips with contour. Now I've been blessed, so blessed to be able to do makeovers on a pretty good amount of women, and I think the consensus is that they're pretty scared of contour. And then when I did their face, they're like, oh, wow, you know, it's not something that's like overwhelming, and they're scared to apply it, but mascara just makes it so easy. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared of the color. It's just gonna blend seamlessly. Okay, so contour, 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 right? And then I still haven't blended my mango and my, what was it, amber, together. So now I'm gonna pull out my B squared bronzer brush and I'm going to start blending this half of my face. I'm gonna show you what I do. So I'm gonna start in the highlight zones, and I'm actually gonna stamp a little bit. I don't wanna move back and forth, okay? You just kinda wanna stamp, and then where you kind of get those two colors meeting together, you can kind of buff it out. So small little circles, and look, see, remember I didn't put highlight way up here, I put it down here. When I buff it out, it's gonna apply just a thin layer in that upper zone without making it look too packed on, and it's going to keep that that lighter color from getting in those fine lines and really accentuating that area. We don't want that. So, and then as I'm blending my nose, the contour on my nose, I want to pull it down. You don't want to go back and forth, and you don't want to pull it up around or into that highlight region, but you do just want to push it down the side of your nose. Think about adding shadow to that side of your nose. Kind of stamp in here, and you don't have to worry even about wiping off your brush. Right on my chin, around my mouth, up here, buff, 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 buff. And then when you get to the cheek, buff up, don't buff down. Pull the color up, right against that cheekbone. Do you see how soft that turns? You can even flip this over and just kind of buff this zone so we're not pulling too far forward. And then I'm gonna go on my jawline and soften that line, pulling that color where I want that shadow to go. I think I got my forehead pretty good. Okay, so there's that side. Now I still have this side to go. I'm gonna use my perfector sponge. Now remember, when you're using a perfector sponge or a beauty sponge in general, it has to be damp. Run it under water for a little while, give it a good couple of squeezes and let it expand. Then squeeze all the water out, get a towel, squeeze more water out until it's just damp enough. And at this point, it's going to blend your makeup without pulling or moving your makeup. If you were to leave it dry, it's going to pull that makeup and it would also pull it off your skin. So when you use this, make sure it's wet. And I'm gonna use the fat side. I guess I started with my contour. I didn't think about that. Here I'm just stamping, and then I'm gonna switch over to the side and I'm stamping again. Kind of pulling, not pulling, but just it's blending it for you. Okay, here I'm also gonna pull down. I'm using that pointy end to get into that nose area and pulling that color down, but remember, we're not taking it into this area or over to this area. Forehead, same thing. How you guys been? I tell you what, y'all are quiet on Instagram. I'd love to know your thoughts on this makeup, or if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them, because it helps me to learn more about like what I could add onto these videos, or maybe there's something that's confusing that I'm saying. Like, I would love for you guys to talk to me. It's all lonely. Okay, so there we go. Blended, both sides. Now, does it look as scary as it did before? Absolutely not. It looks nice and put together and seamless, and that's the beauty of mascara. I mean, I can't say it enough, guys. I really just can't. We're ready for blush, lip and cheek. And look, can I just show off for a little bit? This is my Artist Compact. I'm so excited because it has 3 levels. I'm like trying to, I'm here. And that's for my color matching when I actually do makeovers on people. And these are all my lip and cheeks. I'm just so excited. And these are all my beautiful shadows. Yay! This is kind of a big deal for me because I earned it, and so I'm super excited. I'm super excited to use it. Anyway, back on subject. I'm gonna go back to picking out my lip and cheek. I got a new color in it, and it's called Plum, and it's really pretty. I'm not gonna use it today, but this is Plum, and I'm really excited about Royal right here. It goes on a lot lighter than it looks. Just FYI. Okay, now I could do one of 2 things. I could use my actual blush brush to apply my lip and cheek, or I can show you how to do with Buffy. So one side I'm gonna do with Buffy, and I'm actually gonna use the larger side, first time for me to use it. I'm gonna use Sandstone just because it goes with my eyeshadow so well, and I'm actually doing something after this, and I don't wanna have to redo it. It's not in stock right now, but it will be in stock beginning of November. But I can suggest some really pretty ones if you are just antsy about getting something. And one of those is Saffron, which is in stock, or Royal. Very, very pretty. Okay, for fall, for gifts. Okay, so I'm stamping it in there, and remember that Buffy does apply more product in one area because of the condensed bristles, okay? So just keep that in mind as you're stamping into your blush. Anyway, I'm gonna start on the top portion of my cheek here, and I'm gonna pull it back, and then I'm going to use my B squared to blend. So I'm pulling it back this way, just like that. That's Sandstone, okay? And it's a pretty heavy line. And I still have more on my brush. I'm just gonna I don't wanna waste the stuff. I'm gonna put it here and then show you. With B squared, I'm gonna use the smaller part. I'm stamping it into Sandstone just a little bit, going from the same spot right here on that upper apple of the cheek where that bone is. I'm pulling back. Then I'm gonna flip it over using the fluffy side, and I'm just gonna blend it up and then take a little bit right there to the apple of the cheek. Just a little bit. If we apply color that's too strong over the apple here, right into this area, it's gonna kind of close off your face, and we wanna draw it up. Draw up those cheekbones. Okay, so just a light dusting of Sandstone. Look how beautifully that blended, and you saw how thick that line was, right? It looks nice and soft, not overtaking the eyes. I think on this side, I'm just gonna add just a bit more. Again, B squared is a medium coverage, okay? So it's also putting quite a bit of color on your cheeks if you're using it. Not as much as Buffy though. One more thing, I forgot my lips. We have contoured them, but now I'm gonna apply the same color Sandstone onto my lip. I'm gonna use the smaller side, dipping into Sandstone. I'm kind of just putting it on the very tip. You can also just use your finger to apply this. I forgot to tell you too. I forgot to tell you that I used another thing for, I did another thing with my contour, and I used it to fill in my eyebrows. I've been really loving that. I used the hotline brush to fill in my eyebrows with it, and I'm just telling you, if you've been holding back on getting contour, it is your best friend. So just keep that in mind. I did use it to fill in my brows. All right, last step, I think we're already done. I'm going to use my Dulce Illuminator just to add that nice little shimmer, that nice little glow. I like to just use my finger for it. You don't need anything heavy for it. I'm gonna apply it right here, not too close to my eye, because again, when we get too close to our eyes up here with mature eyes and a lighter color, it's going to accentuate those fine lines. So I'm gonna keep it right above the cheekbone and pull it back. Okay, so I've put Illuminator on the 2 high points above my cheekbone. I could also, if I wanted to, use my finger and put it right here in the arches of my brows and even in the inner corners of my eyes. But I feel like Sabrina is enough today, and I really just don't want that much shimmer with my matte lip and cheek, and I have just a little bit of sparkle with my Stardust above my lid. I feel good with the amount of gleam I got going on. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more on the tip of my nose. You can see how it just kind of pops it out a little bit, giving that little bit of shine, and I love it on my lips, okay? It's like my favorite. Just with your finger, just put it on that Cupid's bow and on the top part of your lip to give just that little pop, that little zing there of shimmer. Okay, I think we're done. That was a really quick video for me. I feel like that was pretty quick. Sometimes I just keep talking and talking and it's pretty quick. So you can see the application. I did it just a normal everyday kind of, you know, natural look. I can definitely help you. If you are interested in trying mascara makeup, I can help you not only pick out your customized highlight colors, but I can also customize what kind of brush is gonna work best for you. So if you are interested, you can head over to my bio section of my Instagram or Facebook page, and there is a form that you can fill out digitally. Even if you are not even here in San Diego, I can help you with just a picture. It's true, and it's pretty good. If you just want to try some eyeshadows or blush and you want to know what colors would look good with your skin tone, I'd love to help you. Or you can go on for yourself and just say, hey, I want to try it, because you have 30 days to return and 60 days to exchange. There's really no risk. It's free shipping, so what the heck. Thanks for joining me, guys, in part 3 of our 4-part series. Next week, I hope to show you all the things. If, Sara, I can do my face with just 1 or 2 brushes with Buffy, why does mascara make so many darn brushes? Well, I'm gonna show you how I do my makeup every day and how I use all of the other brushes that mascara has. I don't use like all of them, but I use a pretty good amount, and it is quick. It just is a seamless way to do your makeup. The reason I like to show how to do your face with just 1 or 2 brushes is because I know it's a lot getting into mascara, you know, starting to learn a new system. I know it's a lot, and I feel like starting off with just 1 brush and knowing you can do it all with just 1 brush is invaluable. And then when you're ready, you can build your collection and make it what you want. And that's how it is with all of the makeup, right? You're not stuck with 1 palette of eyeshadows with just maybe 3 or 4 that you want to use. You can build and customize your own makeup and store it in a really compact way. It's amazing. I hope you guys enjoy the week. See you later. Love the GlowMaker.